doing it to me like that, daddy.
Hi everybody, my name's Gavin Poyer and welcome back. Today we're listening to Beyonce by Beyonce. Now I recently listened to B-Day by Beyonce and I was pleasantly surprised with the sound that 2006 brought with it. This being Beyonce's self-titled album, I can only expect huge things from this. Here we go! We're on to number 1, Pretty Hurts.
Mama said, you're a pretty girl. What's in your head? It doesn't matter. Brush your hair, fix your teeth. What you wear is all that matters.
Mama said, you're a pretty girl. What's in your head, it doesn't matter. Brush your hair, fix your teeth. What you wear is all that matters. Yikes. Kind of putting looks at the forefront, saying, you know, oh, your intellect doesn't really matter in this world, you know? It's just looks, looks, looks. That's all that matters.
Another stage, pageant the pain away. This time I'm gonna take the crown without falling down, down, down. Pretty girl, shine the light on whatever's worth. Perfection is a disease of a nation.
Yeah. So far, I like the production, very big and booming, especially when that chorus kicks in. Yes. Oh.
Blonder hair, flat chest, TV says bigger is better.
I would say that social media is a root of all of our kind of physical problems. We're so focused on, you know, all these superheroes that look fit and slim and have big chests and whatever, you know? It really damages our kind of mental outlook on what we should look like, you know?
This time I'm gonna take the crown without falling down, down, down. Pretty girl, shine the light on whatever's worth. Perfection is a disease of a nation. Pretty girl.
Yes! I think the thing I love about Beyonce a lot is that during her choruses, she always finds a way to kind of change it. There are little alterations that she does that really kind of just gives it the spice of life.
Ain't got no doctor appeal that can take the pain away. The pain's inside and nobody frees you from your body. It's my soul, let me surgery. It's my soul, let me surgery. Plastic smiles and denial can only take you so far. Then you break when the fake facade leaves you in the dark. You left
I kind of love this as the opening track. It has such a huge message right off the start, you know, telling everybody that you don't need to be perfect. You don't need to have this perfect body. You need to be happy with who you are and what you look like. Yes! Yes!
It's the soul that needs a surgery. When you're alone all by yourself and you lying in your bed, reflection stares right into you. Are you happy with yourself?
Yeah, what a huge way to start off her self-titled album. And I'm wondering if looks will play a huge part in this at all. I'm loving the feeling and I'm loving the energy that's being put out of the song though. Really, really inspiring.
Strip away the masquerade. The illusion has been shed. Are you happy with yourself? Are you happy with yourself?
We're on to number 2, Haunted.
And I've been drifting off on knowledge. Cat calls on catwalks, man, these women getting solemn. I could sing a song for Solomon or Salamander. We took a flight at midnight and now my mind can't help but wonder how come. Spoon-fed, pluralized eyes to find the beaches in the forest. When I'm looking off the edge, I preach my gut and can't help ignore it.
Whoa! What an interesting transition from Pretty Hurts into Haunted, because this feels so much darker. Much as the title suggests, it feels like there is almost like a dark blanket over this one.
The walls, cause all this shit I hear is boring. All the shit I do is boring. All these record labels boring. I don't trust these record labels, I'm torn. All these people on the planet working 9 to 5 just to stay alive. The 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 9 to 5 just to stay alive. All the people on the planet working 9 to 5 just to stay alive. How come?
We talk about record labels being boring, kind of making her produce the same type of thing. And record labels do that, you know? They kind of strip away your artistic ability. You're not allowed to really do what you want. You have kind of strict guidelines and rules, right? Yeah. Ooh. Beautiful transition so far. I love that. I love that. I love that introduction of that heavier, hard-hitting bass in there. With this being Beyonce's self-titled album, I'm wondering if this is going to hit really close to her. You know, I'm wondering if this is going to be the most kind of revealing project that we've gotten from her so far. Ooh. Sold Not For Sale, probably won't make no money off this, oh well. I'm wondering if she's talking about this album and if she is kind of going her own direction with this one.
It's what you do, it's what you see. I know if I'm haunting you, you must be haunting me.
From what I'm seeing, Haunted is kind of split into two sections. The first one being Ghost, and the second part being Haunted. So kind of like a two-parter song.
I know if I'm on to you, I'm on to you, on to you, you must be on to me. My haunted love, ghost in the sheets. I know if I'm on to you, you must be haunting me.
The way she kind of plays with space on this song so far is really, really impressive. Like how this first section is led off by just piano and her voice, and then the introduction of the instrumental. So well done, and kind of adding to almost eeriness factor of this track. And as it goes along, more and more is kind of being added on, right? The way this track has advanced is so interesting to me. Really, really cool, but also kind of complex as well.
You want me? I walk down the hallway. You like it? The bedroom's my runway. Slap me. I'm pinned to the doorway. Kiss, bite. My haunted lungs, ghost in the sheets. I know if I'm haunting you, you must be haunting me.
A lot just happened. You want me? I walk down the hallway. You like it? The bedroom's my runway. Slap me. I'm pinned to the doorway. Kiss, bite, foreplay. Getting kind of hot in here, even though it's titled Haunted, which is really interesting, right?
I know if I'm on to you, you must be on to me. Is what we see. I know if I'm haunting you, you must be haunting me.
The darkness of the production here is really, really standing out to me. I mean, I don't have a better word to describe it than haunted. Like, the title of the track perfectly describes the feeling of this. It's amazing.
It's where we go. It's where we be. I know if I'm on to you, I'm on to
to track number 3, Drunken Love.
I've been drinking. I get filthy when that liquor get it to me. I've been thinking. Why can't I keep my fingers off it, baby? I want you, nah.
Yeah.
Why can't I keep my fingers off it, baby? I want you, nah.
So maybe the mix of, drinking a little liquor, getting that little dance in your body and being with the person that you like. It's kind of like the perfect mix, right?
Cigars on ice. Feeling like an animal with these cameras all in my grill. Flashing lights. You got me pity, baby. I want you, nah. Can't keep your eyes off my fatty daddy. I want you.
Can't keep your eyes off my fatty daddy. I want you. You're absolutely right, Beyonce. You're absolutely right. You're fatty? I get it, though. I get it. We're getting hot and heavy on the dance floor,
Drunken love, I want you. We woke up in the kitchen saying, how the hell did this shit happen? Oh, baby. Drunken love, we be all night. Last thing I remember is our beautiful bodies running off in that club.
It's like her inflections and the way she pronounces things sometimes really kind of just get me. I want to say it's her southernness that comes out on certain words, like, oh, baby. She puts, a little bit of stank on everything.
Drunken love, we be all night.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
We be all night. We be all night. And everything alright. No complaints with my body, so fluorescent under these lights.
The production on this is just huge and massive. I love the way that she kind of like sets the scene though, and then everything happens, all the lights are flashing, everybody's dancing, drinking alcohol, getting hot and heavy, grinding up at the club.
Walking in my life, 7-Eleven. I'm rubbing on it, rubbing. If you scared, call that ribbon. Boy, I'm drinking. Get my brain right. I'm on the brown, yeah, gangsta wife. Do his shit, he sweat it out like wash rags. He wet out, boy, I'm drinking. I'm singing. On the mic to my boy, twisted. I fill the tub up halfway, then ride it with my surfboard. Graining on that wood. Graining on that wood. I'm swerving on that. Swerving on that.
That section right there reminded me a lot of Dance For You from 4. I'll read these side by side. This is Drunken Love. Graining on that wood. Graining on that wood. I'm swerving on that. Swerving on that. And this is Dance For You. I'll be rocking on my babe. Rocking on my babe. Swirling on my babe. Swirling on my babe. Kind of see like the similarities of the two though. It kind of really reminds me of that.
I've been serving all this. Surfing all and it's good. We woke up in the kitchen saying, how the hell did this shit happen? Oh, baby.
Oh, baby.
Drunken love, we be all night. Last thing I remember is our beautiful bodies grinding up in that club.
This to me sounds like a huge hit. What's interesting though is this has under 500 million streams on Spotify. I thought this would be a huge, massive song. I mean, 500 million is still huge and massive, right? But like, Beyonce's potential is way beyond that.
I'm nice right now. Hold up. I do say it's the shit. If I do say so myself. If I do say so myself. If I do say so myself. Hold up. Stumble all in the house. Time to back up all of that mouth that you had all in the car.
I love it when Jay-Z and Beyonce collaborate. I mean, their chemistry is just unmatched, because they've been with each other for such a long time, and I think they really work off of each other really, really well.
Baddest bitch thus far. Talking about you be reppin' that third. I wanna see all the shit that I heard. No, I slink, Clint Eastwood. Hope you can handle this curve. Full plague in a foyer. Fucked up my Warhol. Slint the panties right to the side. Ain't got the time to take jaws off on sight. Catch a charge, I might. Beat the box up like Mike. In 97, I bite.
Beat the box up like Mike. I'm actually curious if anybody knows how many collaborations Jay-Z and Beyonce have, because at this point, I want to say it's at least like over 8.
Baby, no, I don't play. Now eat the cake, anime. Say eat the cake, anime. I'm nice. For y'all to reach these heights, you gon' need G3, 4, 5, 6 flights, sleep tight. We sex again in the morning. Your breakfast is my breakfast. We going in. We be all night.
We're having breastises for breakfast. We're beating the box up and we're eating breastises for breakfast. What more could you ask for, really? So I was reading up on one of Jay-Z's lines. Now eat the cake, anime. Said eat the cake, anime. So this line is based off a film from 1993 in which Ike Turner shoves cake into Anime's face. I guess the interesting part about this is that kind of is, you know, domestic abuse. Why leave in lyrics about domestic abuse in an album about Beyonce? Something about it just doesn't really sit right with me. If you have more information about this, let me know.
Never tired, never tired. I've been sipping, that's the only thing that's keeping me on fire. We on fire. Didn't mean to spill that liquor all on my attire. I've been drinking watermelon. I want your body right here, daddy. I want you right now. Can't keep your eyes off my fatty daddy. I want you.
So far, there's been a lot of allusions to like sex and like sexuality, and I'm curious if that's what a lot of this album focuses on.
We be all night.
Yes!
We be all night.
We're on to number 4, Blow.
I love your face. You love the taste. That sugar, babe. It melts away.
I really enjoy the sound so far, and I mean, especially with Beyonce kind of moaning in my ear. I mean, that's kind of the only way I can describe it, right? She's literally moaning in my ear. I'd rather hear that than not hear that, honestly.
I kiss you when you lick your lips. Kiss you when you lick your lips. I like it wet and so do I. I like it wet and so do I. No, you never waste a drip. No, you never waste a drip. I wonder how it feels sometimes. It must be good to you. Keep me coming, keep me going. Keep me humming, keep me going. Keep me humming, keep me moaning. Keep me humming, keep me moaning.
Whoa. Whoa. You like it wet, and so do I. I know you never waste a drip. I wonder how it feels sometimes. Must be good to you. Keep me coming, keep me going. Keep me coming, keep me going. Keep me humming, keep me moaning. Hey, I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining at all. This is great.
You want the Skittles, it's the sweetest in the middle. Yeah, pink is the flavor, solve the riddle.
Can you eat my Skittles? It's the sweetest in the middle. Pink is the flavor, solve the riddle. Pink is the flavor, solve the riddle. What could that mean? Is this the most sexual song that Beyonce has ever made?
When you're thirsty and need love, I'll give it up till I'm empty, babe. Must be good to you. If you're lonely in your bed, fill it up to the top, babe. Must be good to you. Keep me coming, keep me going.
I don't know if you could see this at all, but I'm crying. I can't believe that I'm hearing this right now. I mean, it's a treat. It's a treat for one thing, but I'm just in disbelief.
Keep me moaning, keep me humming, keep me moaning. Stop loving till the morning. What's the love until the morning? Stop screaming, freaking blowing. I can't wait till I get home so you can tear that cherry out.
No!
I get home so you can tear that cherry out.
I can't wait till I get home to tear that cherry out. You know, we're just talking about foods, right? We're just talking about Skittles and cherries and pink things. This isn't explicit at all. It's not hot at all.
Ooh, I had a naughty shot today, baby. Every time I close my eyes, ooh, get a glimpse of this candy paint. Don't slip off when it drip off on top of your eyes.
Oh, my heart is beating. Every time I pause, I'm like, there's no way this can get worse. Worse in the sense that it gets even more explicit than it already is. I'm proven wrong every single time. Don't slip off when it drip off on top of your ride.
Give me that daddy long straw. I can't wait till I get home so you can tear that cherry out.
Turn that cherry out. Turn that cherry out.
I can't wait till I get home so you can tear that cherry out.
I'm kind of wondering if there is more of a reason why this is on the album, you know? It puts like sexuality and sex at the forefront, which maybe plays a key role on this album so far. I'm starting to think it is, because it seems to be a little more consistent than I thought it would be. I'm curious to see if the meaning behind it will develop as time goes along.
Je ne sais quoi. Chérie, Léo. Assoya, c'est alcool. Keep me coming, keep me going. Keep me humming, keep me going. Keep me humming, keep me moaning. Keep me humming, keep me moaning. Till the morning.
Did you really have to speak the sexiest language in the world on possibly like the sexiest song in the world? Like I'm already going crazy over here. You don't have to push the envelope even further. We're on to number 5, No Angel.
Baby, put your arms around me. Tell me I'm a problem. No, I'm not the girl you thought you knew and thought you wanted. Underneath the pretty face is something complicated. I come with a side of trouble, but I know that's why you're staying. Because you're no angel either, baby.
So kind of putting the problems of both people at the forefront. Underneath this pretty face is something very complicated. I come with a side of trouble, but I know that's why you're staying. Behind everybody's looks and what you see on the outside, you know, is complexity hidden underneath.
No, I'm not an angel either, but at least I'm trying. I know I drive you crazy, but would you rather that I be a machine who doesn't notice when you lay or when you lying? I love you even more than who I thought you were before, 'cause you're no angel either, baby.
I love what she's saying, you know, she's not just saying, hey, you're a bad person. She's saying, hey, we all have problems. And it's better to address them than to sit by like a machine and not just care what happens.
'Cause you're no angel either, baby. 'Cause you're no angel either, baby.
I feel like the lyrical content from tracks like this are really, really valuable and kind of getting to the center of Beyonce and the way she feels about certain things. And I feel like from the very start of this track, with the way Beyonce is, you know, singing this, performing this, that it feels very close to her heart.
Tell me, do you wanna ride? Tell me, do you wanna ride?
I'm loving the production on this album so far. It's very consistent in feeling, right? I feel like every song so far has kind of had this darker kind of aspect to it, darker kind of sound to it, darker in almost the more sexual sense. And I don't mean that in like a negative way at all. It just kind of has this dark kind of pulling, attractive feeling to it. You know what I mean?
Ride around in that Easter. Keep those candles in your bed, no need for the spell. Stop acting so scared, just do what I tell. First both of my legs go back on your head, and
a problem. No, I'm not the girl you thought you knew and thought you wanted.
That's really cool. While this track does kind of cover the problems of both people, it also focuses on the connection between them with the kind of bridge saying, you know, keep those candles in your bed, no need for the spell, stop acting so scared, just do what I tell, and kind of bringing that sensuality out of it, that closeness, that proximity, I suppose. So hey, we have problems, but I still want to love you, I still want to be with you, I still want to share these deep, connective moments with you. Round number 6, partition.
Let me hear you say, hey, Miss Carter.
Hey, Miss Carter.
Say, hey, Miss Carter.
Hey, Miss Carter.
Give me some.
Oh!
See me up in the club with 11 girls. Posted in the back, down my fangs in my grill.
The production of this song so far is exactly what I'm talking about, having that darker kind of sexual appeal to it. Like, ooh, yeah. You know, it's got that like nice, really reverb kind of effect to it.
Brim with my eyes sitting low. And every boy in here with me got that smoke. And every girl in here gotta look me up and down. All on Instagram, cake by the pound. Circulate the image every time I come around. G's up, tell me how I'm looking, babe. This all for you, just walk my way. Just tell me how it's looking, babe. Just tell me how it's looking, babe. I do this all for you.
What's interesting is I could see how she went from this into Lemonade, because I see a lot of similarities. This almost feels like a lot of groundwork for songs on Lemonade. This song in particular gives me very Formation vibes. This huge kind of sound and empowerment piece, really.
Baby, just take aim and tell me how's it looking, babe. Tell me how's it looking, babe. Looking, babe. Drop the bass, main, the bass get lower. Radio say speed it up, I just go slower. Highlight treble, puffing on the mirrors. The man ain't ever seen the booty like this. Why you think you keep my name rolling off the tongue? Cause when he wanna smash, I just write another one. I sneezed on the beat and the beat got sicker. Beyonce all on his mouth like liquor.
Beyonce all on his mouth like liquor. So referring to herself as Beyonce, almost like Kanye West with like Ye or something like that. It almost seems like a type of alter ego. Who Beyonce is, I'm not sure yet, and I'm curious to see if this kind of personality develops onwards.
On his mouth like liquor. Beyonce all on his mouth like liquor. Beyonce all on his mouth like liquor. Like liquor. Like liquor. Beyonce all on his mouth like liquor. Beyonce all on his mouth like liquor. Beyonce all on his mouth like liquor. Like liquor. Like liquor.
So like Haunted, Partition is split up into 2 parts as well. First part is Beyonce, the kind of alter ego we were talking about, and the second part is Partition. Interesting to have a few songs on the album that are split into 2 parts.
Driver on at the partition, please. Driver on at the partition, please. I don't need you seeing Beyonce on her knees. Took 45 minutes to get all dressed up. We ain't even gonna make it to this club. Now my mascara running smudge. Oh, he's so honey, yeah, he want too far. He popped on my buttons and he ripped my blood.
Wow!
He Monica Lewinsky all on my gown.
What? He Monica Lewinsky'd all on my gown. I need like a notebook of kind of all the sexual references that have just blown me out of the water on this album so far, because there's been quite a few.
Daddy didn't bring the towel. Oh baby, I slow it down. Took 45 minutes to get all dressed out. And we ain't even gonna make it to this club. Take all of me. I just wanna be the girl you like. The kind of girl you like.
What I'm I'm getting from Beyonce, the alter ego that is presented in this song so far, is that she's kind of a bad bitch, you know? She looking around, ready to kind of get in the back of the car and go crazy for a while.
Travel up the partition fast. Travel up the partition fast. Over there, I swear I saw them cameras flash. Handprints and footprints on my glass. Handprints and good grips all on my ass. Private show with the music blasting. He likes to call me peaches when we get this nasty. Red wine drip, built top that trash. Chauffeur eavesdropping, trying not to crash.
I love the attitude that comes with Beyonce. I don't want to say it sounds like a different person, but it's like the darker side of Beyonce. You know, she's coming out, she's having a lot of fun, she's getting nasty, she's being called peaches when she's doing the dirty. Like, Beyonce's getting it.
Oh, daddy, now you rip my fur. Oh, baby, be sweating out my hair. So, 45 minutes to get all dressed up, and we ain't even gonna make it to this club.
Nice.
I just wanna be the girl you like, the kind of girl you like. Take all of me. I just wanna be the girl you like.
The way the tracks are progressing are really, really fun. You know, there's a lot's happening, and it never really gets stale, especially in the two-parters, right? Because it's like two kind of different tracks fitting a similar vibe. So far, this album has just been an absolute treat.
Est-ce que tu aimes le sexe? Le sexe, je veux dire l'activité physique, le coït. Tu aimes ça? Tu ne t'intéresses pas au sexe? Les hommes pensent que les féministes détestent le sexe, mais c'est une activité très stimulante et naturelle que les femmes adorent.
So that section in French is translated to, do you like sex? Sex, I mean physical activity. Coitus. You like it? Are you not interested in sex? Men think that feminists hate sex, but it's an exciting and natural activity that women love. See, I think that's actually a really interesting piece of information, because to me that means all this sexuality that is being put at the forefront of this album has a deeper meaning. Women like to have sex too, and I feel like that's often not expressed on mainstream media. It's always men looking for sex, and we're fine with that. But when a woman wants sex, it's she's called a slut or a whore. We don't really have words like that for men. To me, that adds a whole kind of another layer to songs like Partition and Blow. We're on to track number 7, Jealous.
I'm in my penthouse, half naked. I cooked this meal for you naked. So where the hell you at? Just one shot left of this drink in this glass. Don't make me break it. Wish that you.
Throughout Beyonce's work, I feel like she kind of uses this imagery a lot of being left alone, being kind of abandoned in her own house, and kind of just having to sit there wondering what's happening outside of, her apartment, her house, what's going on, what's really happening.
So you can feel this feeling. I never broke one promise. And I know when you're not honest. Now you got me yelling. That's because I'm jealous. If you give me your promise, I'm keeping mine. I'm jealous. I'm jealous. I'm keeping mine.
I love these kind of deeper, more revealing tracks like this, because this kind of brings you into the mind of Beyonce. She sets the scene. She kind of lets you know what's happening. She makes a meal and she has one shot left in her glass. I would assume she's just kind of like racking her brain, thinking about the entire situation and having that feeling sit inside of you for so long.
Sometimes I wanna walk in your shoes, do the type of things that I never ever do. So I take one look in the mirror and I say to myself, baby girl, you can't survive like this. Taking one step back. Dress out my closet.
Hey!
Beyonce feeling out of this skirt. I look damn good, I ain't lost it.
For First off, Freakum Dress from B-Day. Freakum Dress kind of representing this jealousy aspect of Beyonce. You pull that Freakum Dress out of the closet whenever your man kind of screws up, or he makes you mad, or you're jealous. You want to get all the attention on you, you know? It's really that outfit that makes you pop. But in this song, she also references herself as Beyonce. That darker, more sexual side of Beyonce is showing. I guess it would only make sense that the Freakum Dress would be paired with Beyonce.
And I ain't missed the beat, boy, you been hanging out at night tonight. I'm staying out till tomorrow. Dancing on them tables, I ain't got no cares, no sorrows. I ran into my ex, said what up to his besties. Now we're reminiscing how we used to flex in Texas. Don't be jealous. If you give me a promise, I'm keeping mine. You're jealous.
I don't think that Beyonce ever cheated, but, you know, she definitely has that capability. She talks of, I wish I could walk in your shoes, do the things that you did. And then she references later on, I ran into my ex, said what's up to his besties. Now we're reminiscing how we used to flex in Texas. So it's like the opportunity for cheating is definitely there for her. I don't think she's saying that she went through with this type of thing.
And I hate you for your lies and your colors. And I hate us for making good love to each other. And I love making you jealous, but don't judge me. And I know that I'm being hateful, but that ain't nothing. That ain't nothing. I'm just jealous. I'm just human. Don't judge me. If you keep me, don't judge me.
One thing I love about Beyonce, and I feel like I've seen this throughout all of her work, is that she is a human. I feel that she expresses that a lot, and it's absolutely true, you know? Everybody that is like a superstar or a big artist or anything like that is a human. Just like you and me, it's just the way we look at them, the way we fantasize about them, the way we put them up on pedestals really makes it hard for them to be a human, because they have all these standards, you know? We put them up to all these standards and then they have to meet those. But they get jealous just like you and me. They have emotions just like you and me.
If you keep me a promise, keep it mine.
Round number 8, Rocket.
Let me sit this ass on you. Show you how I feel. Let me take this off. Will you watch me? Let's mass appeal.
Ooh.
Don't take your eyes. Don't take your eyes off it. Watch it.
She freaking starts the song off with "Let me sit this ass on you." It's interesting how she can almost transition from a song about jealousy into a more R&B based song, you know, more love making and connection, it seems like.
If you like, you can touch it, baby. Do you wanna touch it, baby? Ooh, grab a hold, don't let go. Let me know that you're ready. I just wanna show you now. Slow it down, go right.
This is so difficult. Beyonce, it is a Monday morning. I just started my week. Why you gotta be doing me dirty like this, huh? Do you want to touch it, baby? Ooh, grab a hold, don't let go.
Go right. You rock hard, I rock steady. And rock right up to the side of my mountain. Down until you reach my peak, babe. Peak, babe, peak. And reach right into the bottom of my mountain. I wanna play in real deep, babe. Deep, babe, deep. Then dip me under where you can feel my river flow and flow. Hold me till I scream, okay?
Woo! Remember when I said that Blow is the sexiest song in the world? I think Blow has a competitor because this is a different type of feeling. I feel like Blow is the darker side of sexy, while this is maybe the more kind of compassionate side of sexy. And there's almost a more connectedness to this than Blow was.
Gotta breathe. Don't wash me over until my well runs dry. Sins all over me, baby.
What?
Baby. Rock it till waterfalls. Rock it till waterfalls. Rock it till waterfalls.
I think it's starting to make sense why a lot of people pushed me to listen to this album. It's awakening something in me. There's lots of moistness, there's lots of wetness, there's lots of ass, there's lots of water.
Bathe in these waterfalls. I do it like it's my profession. I gotta make a confession. I'm proud of all the space. You put it in your face. By the way, if you need a personal trainer or a therapist, I can be a piece of sunshine, inner peace, entertainer, anything else that you may read between the lines.
So while we get lines like "Babe, I'll put it in your face" and talking about waterfalls and rockets, there is a sense of deeper connection here, right? With lines like, I can be a piece of sunshine, inner peace, entertainer, anything else that you may read between the lines. So she's there for him, you know? Not just in the physical sense, but also in the mental sense as well. You know, I will take care of you. We are partners. Let's join together and be connected in this moment.
And wash me over until my well runs dry. And I sins all over me, baby. Hard, rock, steady, rock, hard, rock, steady, rock, hard, rock, steady, rock, hard, rock.
I mean, there's a reason why Beyonce is like the best R&B artist in the world, right? This is peak R&B. Rockets and waterfalls all day, baby.
I give you your loving if you need it. I give you my word. You can believe it. Your love feels like our forces growing inside me. Life has a reason, swimming in my love. Your love lifting higher, harder.
See, I do love the deeper connection that is coming out of this, and also with the underlying message that, you know, sex needs to be more vocalized, especially by women. It needs to be more in the mainstream media, so having songs like this is like an absolute beauty because it is mixing the sexiness of sex, but also the closeness and proximity of it as well.
Lifting higher, harder. Got me screaming to the Lord, boy, kiss me. Pray we don't overflow. Baby, I know you can feel it. Deep in the peak of my waterfall. Rock it, baby, rock it, baby, rock it till the waterfall.
Got me screaming to the Lord, boy, kiss me, pray we don't overflow. Baby, I know you can feel it pulse deep in the peak of my waterfall. Wow. We're really not holding back on this album at all. And I couldn't be happier, you know? I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining at all.
Make love. Daddy, oh, child, oh, no. Yes, Lord. Damn, baby.
Her performance with this is absolutely exquisite. There's a lot of like breathiness to her words, which really kind of immerses you in the experience of sex. You know, there's lots of breathing, there's lots of sweat, there's lots of sensuality that's going around. Oh.
Driving me crazy. You ain't right for doing it to me like that, daddy. Even though I
very bad.
Girl,
Oh,
tell me
yes.
what you gonna do about that. Punish me, please.
It's the same thing with Blow, right? I'm like, how could this get any more sexy, any more sensual? And then it does. And then it does. She said bad 12 times. She's a bad girl. And she needs to be punished. I can't believe this is real life. I can't believe this is happening right now.
Punish me, please. Daddy, what you gonna do with all this? Ass all up in your face, yeah. Hell yeah. Love me so deep. Oh, my shit's so good. Ain't it right? I know I'm right. Hell yeah, you the shit. That's why you're my equivalent.
You know, while we are so immersed in the sexiness of it all, you know, having all that ass up in your face, we do get really, really sweet moments in here with lines like, hell yeah, you the shit, that's why you're my equivalent. Like, yeah, we have really awesome, mind-blowing sex because we're on each other's level. We get each other. We're soulmates.
We're so much more than pointless fixtures. Instagram pictures. So much. What about that ching ching ching? What about that ching ching? Baby boomers. Baby. Cyclical trends. Trying to fit in. Home is where the heart is.
I love everything that she's saying, you know. We're so much more than what social media shows us off as, you know. We're so much more than Facebook posts, Instagram posts, TikTok, Snapchat, YouTube, for example. Human beings are complex. We often show the happiness as the first thing people see. There's so much more to a human being than just a sexy picture on Instagram.
Home is where the heart is. God damn it, I'm comfortable in my skin, and you're comfortable in my skin. You look so comfortable in my skin.
We're on to track number 9, Mine.
I've been watching for the signs, took a trip to clear my mind. Oh, now I'm even more lost, and you're still so fine. Oh my. Been having conversations about breakups and separations. I'm not feeling like myself since the baby. Are we gonna even make it all?
So it immediately almost talks of doubts about the relationship and possibly some postpartum depression from having her kid. Good thoughts aren't really there.
Worry about wherever you are. We're taking this a little too far. We're taking this a little too far. We're taking this a little too far.
I love the lyrical content and how the track seems to really match that. Beyonce is sounding really reflective and solemn at the moment. You know, these aren't really happy things that are being talked about right now. But that's kind of the important thing, is that she is talking about this. You know, she's being very open about this situation.
Don't sleep when you know you got a good girl. One time, this is a song for the good girl. Wanna roll with a good girl. One time, this is a song for the good girl. And I still keep it real, still treat you like I should. What's up?
So an interesting kind of refrain from Drake. I actually didn't expect Drake to be on the song at all. Now, I have an interesting kind of track record with Drake. I'm not really a fan of his, I would say. I know he has some really solid work in his discography. We'll have to see how he performs on this song.
On my mind, I passed my bedtime, no rest at the kingdom. Alone in my place, my heart is away. All that I can think of is we should get married. We should get married. Let's stop holding back on this and let's get carried away. Stop making a big deal out of the little things, cause I got big deals and I got little things. Got everything I'm asking for but you.
So this seems to be a reflective track. Jay-Z and Beyonce got married in 2008, I think April 4th. So it's more of a reflection of her thought process during that time. I love that though, you know, she's really digging deep into her thoughts and memories of that time, really being truthful and honest with it. When it comes down to it, I want to be with you, you know, I want to marry you, I want to be with you for the rest of my life.
Making a big deal out of the little things, let's get carried away. Come right now, you know where I stay. I just wanna say you're mine, you're mine.
Hey.
I just wanna say you're mine, you're mine. Would you hurry, you're mine, you're mine. All I'm really asking for is you.
Yeah.
You're mine, you're mine. I just wanna say you're mine, you're mine. Would you hurry, you're mine, you're mine. Long as you know who you belong to.
I love Drake's inclusion during that chorus. I think Drake is actually a very talented singer when he does like R&B and stuff like that. It's more of his pop rap stuff that I can't really get behind. But when he's supporting a track like this, I think he's kind of right in his lane.
From 8 until late, I think about you. You're on my nights, I don't know what to do. I can't get no rest, can't get no sleep.
Nice!
This whole thing got way too deep and we should.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. When Drake gets into his R&B lane, he sounds fantastic. He's great at singing under certain conditions, right? Also, I feel like in 2013, he had a lot more energy towards music than he currently does.
You gon' make me have to pull up on you. Don't go ghost on me. I'ma go thriller on you. I'ma let my hands do the talking when I see you, baby girl. I miss feeling on you. I miss everything that's real about you, and it's everything about you. That's just how I feel about you. Been about you and I'm still about you, but we ain't finished talking. I told you you don't need to worry about them bitches. All them fives need to listen when the tennis talking.
Yeah, I like him on this track. There's a lot being said. No, not necessarily. And I feel like a lot of it is kind of... I feel like a lot of this is long-winded in a way. I don't think a track like this necessarily needs to be 6 minutes long. But, you know, that's just my opinion.
You the one that hate, just come with that. I know you think it's funny that your ex is not a running back, but that nigga can't run him back. You tell me you done with that. And I believe it's true. Long as you know who you belong to.
Yes. Run to number 10, EXO.
Your love is bright as ever. Even in the shadows. Baby, kiss me. Before they turn the lights out. Your heart is glowing.
Nice. It's interesting because I feel like the longer we go into this album, the more and more depth we kind of get out of it, right? I think at first a lot was focused on sexuality, and for good reason, as we learned. But, you know, I thought that was kind of going to be it. But, you know, as we go along, there's more and more pieces of information about Beyonce that are really kind of vital to getting to understand her thoughts and feelings about her relationship, you know, her view on the world, her view on looks and the record labels. Like, there's been a lot of truthfulness about her, and I just love that.
And I'm crashing to you. Baby, kiss me. Before they turn the lights out. Before they turn the lights out. Baby, love me lights out. In the darkest night.
Yeah, there's something kind of nice about this one that feels almost euphoric in a way, you know, searching through a crowd, looking for that person that just lights up your day. It almost feels like one of those moments where time stops, but it continues at the same time. You're in constant movement while everything around you slows down, and all you see is that person.
Your face is all that I see. I give you everything. Baby, love me lights out. Baby, love me lights out. You can turn my lights out. Forever. You better kiss me.
I love Beyonce because she is so expressive towards the people that she loves. You know, Jay-Z and her audience, she really gives them the full 110%.
Before time is run out. Yeah. Nobody sees what we see. They're just hopelessly gazing. Oh, baby, take me. Before they turn the lights out.
You know, I love how these tracks are really building, you know, because it started off very soft and it's just kind of adding more and more emphasis, more oomph, more of that kind of euphoric feeling and build up to it. Beyonce just does music right.
You love me like so. You kill me, boy, so. You love me like so. All that I see. Give me everything. Baby, love me lights out. Baby, love me lights out. You could turn my lights out.
It just gives off such happy and loving energy, especially kind of talking about some of the darker things on this album, like postpartum depression and feelings of anxiety and all that. Like having this is really just like a light in the dark.
This is all that I see. I give you everything. Baby, love me lights out. Baby, love me lights out. You can turn my lights out.
We're on to track 11, Flawless.
I'm at that age. Coming down.
Oh!
I'm coming down.
Oh!
Get it on the ground. I'm coming down. Coming down. Trippin', get it on the ground.
I know when you were little girls, you dreamt of being in my world. Don't forget it, don't forget it.
Beyonce with her albums has always been really fluid. Fluid meaning that it kind of maintains the structure of like a sine wave, if that makes sense. So it kind of follows along this trajectory where you get these really, really high, loud moments like Drunken Love, for example, and then you get some of the sweeter, more slower moments like XO.
Bow down, bitches.
Oh.
I took some time to live my life, but don't think I'm just his little wife.
Yes!
Don't get it twisted, get it twisted. This my shit. Bow down, bitches.
Oh.
Bow down, bitches. Bow down, bitches. Bow down, bitches. Bow down, bitches.
I love her transitions because she goes from a sweet, loving song like XO into something ruthless like this. Bow down, bitches. Bow down.
We teach girls to shrink themselves, to make themselves smaller. We say to girls, you can have ambition, but not too much. You should aim to be successful, but not too successful, otherwise you will threaten the man. Because I am female, I am expected to aspire to marriage. I'm expected to make my life choices, always keeping in mind that marriage is the most important.
I feel like we've gotten some of the most important bits of information through French and through spoken pieces like this. What's being said is that, you know, men are at the top of the world. You know, women do everything according to men. You know, we can't have too much ambition because we can't be ahead of the man. You should aim to be successful, but not too successful, otherwise you will threaten the man. And we can't threaten men. I mean, just in history in general, we do everything according to men. Old white men in history books are being taught in schools. You know, there isn't really a lot of literature that we teach with women in it. Now, is that becoming more common? Probably. I haven't been in school for a little bit, but I can assume so.
You wake up, post up, round in it, flossing on it. This diamond, my diamond, this rock, my rock. I woke up like this. I woke up like this. We flawless, ladies. Tell them I woke up like this. I woke up like this.
I want to say there's a big distinction between perfection and being flawless. Early on in the album with Pretty Hurts, we talk about being perfect in every way, to have this, perfect beauty standard about us. Perfection is a thing that we can't meet. While it's flawless, I want to say that flawlessness has to deal with our mindset, If we are flawless, then we are feeling good. We are on top of our game, We are in control of ourselves.
Goddamn, say it's so good tonight. Goddamn. Mama taught me good home training. My daddy taught me how to love my haters. My sister told me I should speak my mind. My man made me feel so goddamn fine.
Interesting. So kind of giving credit to the people that made her who she is. Her mom, her dad, her sister, and her man, all teaching her different things, kind of creating Beyonce.
Post up, round in it, flossing on it. This diamond, my diamond. This rock, my rock. I woke up like this.
Run to number 12, Superpower.
In the palm of my two hands, hold each other. That feels different from when your hands are in mine. That's just the way it is. And when my voice is screaming out to my own ears, that feels different from when I hear yours.
Maybe the focus on our partner and how they really kind of draw us out and make us feel alive. Please like and subscribe, it helps out a ton and lets me know that you're interested in seeing more work by Beyonce.
And when I'm standing in this mirror, after all these years, what I'm viewing is a little different from what your eyes show ya. I guess I didn't see myself before ya. Moving forward.
I like that, there's a reflective nature about what she just said. And when I'm standing in this mirror all these years, what I'm viewing is a little different from what your eyes show you. I guess I didn't see myself before you. And knowing this person, she kind of has evolved. She's changed into a different person, which is always a positive thing.
A subtle power, a tough love, like a shark. Ooh, like a bear, a tough love.
And I thought the world would revolve.
I thought the world would revolve without us.
We have Pharrell Williams on production, Beyonce doing her thing, and also Frank Ocean singing in the background. That's like the perfect mixture for a brilliant song. And I'm feeling that, we can hear like Pharrell kind of like scatting in the background too.
But nothing I know could slow us down. It couldn't slow us down.
I thought I could live without it. There's nothing I know that can break us down. They can't break us down.
I love the talk of completely coming together, forming a union with another person and having that being so rock solid, and you really kind of just pull the best out of each other. That's really what this track is kind of feeling like to me.
Like you, I can't be scared, and just like you, I hope I'm spared. But it's tough love. I know you feel it in the air. Even the babies know it's there. Tough love. The laws of the world tell us what goes fly and what falls. It's a superpower.
Everybody is doing their frickin' job on this song. Pharrell with the production, obviously. Frank Ocean with his singing ability. And then Beyonce, who's just... she's freaking Beyonce, man.
A subtle power, a tough love, like a shark. Ooh, too much to bear.
And I thought the world would revolve.
Oh my god.
Without us.
I have a question for everybody. What is your favorite collaboration that Beyonce has done? I think my favorite's probably Freedom off of Lemonade with Kendrick Lamar, just because that track is so freaking legendary.
But nothing I know could slow us down. Couldn't slow us down.
I thought I could live without you, but together we got plenty power. Nothing I know couldn't break us down.
We're on to track number 13, Heaven.
I fought for you the hardest. It made me the strongest. So tell me your secrets. I just can't stand to see you leaving. But heaven couldn't wait for you.
I feel like what we can gather from this so far, and also based off the title of the track, is that Beyonce may have lost somebody in her life. Who we're talking about, I'm not sure yet.
Heaven couldn't wait for you. No, heaven couldn't wait for you. So go on, go home.
There's almost like an acceptance to that. You know, heaven couldn't wait for you, so go on, go home. I'm letting you be free. I'm letting go of you. Thank you for being in my life. I'm sending you off now.
We laughed at the darkness, so scared that we lost it. We stood on the ceilings. You showed me love was all you needed. Heaven couldn't wait for you.
So I'm trying to inform myself a little bit about the situation and kind of see who she's talking about. So Beyonce had a miscarriage, and that I was not aware of. I mean, this just makes the track that much sadder, that much more real, much more truthful. That's quite a thing to talk about in music.
No, heaven couldn't wait for you. No, heaven couldn't wait for you. No, heaven couldn't wait for you.
She does such a good job with her slower tracks, her more emotional tracks, because it feels so real. And I know it's real, you know, I know this is absolutely truthful, but she makes you feel everything that she's feeling, and it just hurts.
No, heaven couldn't wait for you. Oh, heaven couldn't wait for you. So go home.
We're on to the last track, Blue.
Sometimes these walls seem to cave in on me. When I look in your eyes, I feel alive.
I know it's a little early on in the song to say this, but this may be the most beautiful song vocally. I mean, just in that beginning part, it's giving me chills. Ooh.
When you're holding me tight, I feel alive. Make it last forever. Come on, baby, won't you hold on to me? Hold on to me. You and I together.
Yeah, the cohesiveness of this project is actually, it's incredible, because it's just Beyonce on a freaking album, you know? This is the most her I think we've ever really seen. We're seeing a lot of her kind of emotional state, and we see the struggles that she's been through, but also the very happy moments of her life as well.
Each day, I feel so blessed to be looking at you. When you open your eyes, I feel alive.
I love this again because there's a very nice transition from heaven into blue. And I think what we're talking about is super important because in heaven we are dealing with a loss of life and the acceptance of that. And blue, you know, we're talking about her child. So the transition from loss of life to life that is here in front of us is it's just absolutely beautiful. What a way to really cap off this project.
It's so damn quick when you say my name, when I'm holding you tight. I'm so alive. So now let's live it up. We can last forever. Come on, baby, won't you hold on to me? Hold on to me.
And we're getting that introduction of that dark production again. The consistency of the production has actually really, really surprised me. You know, sometimes in a project we get production that's kind of all over the place and it really doesn't make sense, but here it makes perfect sense all the way through. It's a major standout on this album.
When I'm together, come on, baby, won't you hold on to me? Hold on to me. Ooh, baby, last forever. Come on, baby, won't you hold on to me? Hold on to me. You and I together. Come on, baby, won't you hold on to me?
I bet when Blue grows up and is able to kind of comprehend things like this, I feel like she's just going to be astounded by her mother's work. She probably already is, but having a song like this written about you, especially coming after a song like Heaven, I'm sure it means the world to her.
We gotta hold on. I gotta hold on. You've got to hold on. You've got to hold on to me. We gotta hold on.
Wow, yes! Yeah, this is probably my favorite song vocally throughout the whole project so far. And that's kind of hard to say, right? Because there are so many high moments on this album that it's hard to pick and choose from. But I think the consistency of her singing on this one is just incredible.
You've got to hold on. Make it last forever. Come on, baby, won't you hold on to me? Hold on to me. You and I together. Come on, baby, won't you hold on to me? Hold on to me, blue.
I mean, I'm just gushing and so happy because I feel like we've been through the ringer with this. You know, we've gotten the sexy tracks, we've gotten the more solemn tracks, we've gotten the tracks that make us feel really happy and warm. It's kind of just everything.
Hold on to me, hold on. Please, 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 mommy,
So that was Beyonce by Beyonce, and I am blown out of the water with this one. There was so much sensual sexiness, wetness, and ass, but also there was a deeper meaning behind it all. We also kind of delve into what makes Beyonce tick in a way, you know, all her kind of problems on plate, but also all the things that make her happy and joyous in the world, like Blue. I love some of the statements being made on here, like with a lot of the sexual tracks, right? You know, obviously they had a deeper meaning. Women have a sexual side too, and that can't really be forgotten, you know? Men don't rule the world. I love the production on this thing. It's really dark and nature, but maintains a consistency to it. In conclusion, I freaking love this thing. I don't know if it is my favorite Beyonce album, but I would say this is probably the most Beyonce has ever been Beyonce. Please like the video, it helps out a ton, and lets me know that you're interested in seeing more work by Beyonce. That's going to be the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. Have a big, fat, beautiful day, and I'll see you in the next one. Okay.